What a move by Howie Roseman! Whoa! Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Ding back here. So, the Eagles finished off the Washington Redskins 34-24. I'm dancing in the street. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. The Eagles complete the sweep of the Redskins, taking a big lead in the NFC East, a lead in the NFC Conference, and what do you know? The lead in the NFL league. The Eagles are first place, 7 games in, a lot of time left to go. Lot of time, so we can't get too comfortable, we can't get too cocky, we can't get too worked up. But I will not sit here and be a quiet 6-1 team. I will not sit there and whisper, we're 6-1. Hey, we're 6-1. We're good. Wait, we're good. Hey, we're pretty good. I'm going to wear it proud. I'm going to stick my chest out, my head up. And I'm going to say, we're 6-1. You want peace? Come bring it. We do not fear any team. And that's what I feel today. Now, to me, my surprise, and maybe you guys have felt this too, but I have heard a lot from Dallas fans, Giant fans, Redskin fans. Some of it is like a little bit whiny, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys got 0 rings, right? Well, you get the Dallas fans, they're like, you got 0 rings. You got 0 rings. Who's got 5 rings? Dak Prescott's just as good as Wentz. We don't want to hear that. You guys will collapse. You guys will collapse. Then you got Giant fans going, dang. Carson Wentz pretty good. I gotta admit, Carson Wentz pretty good. But we're gonna get Saquon Barkley. We're gonna get Barkley. Hey, and then you get some Giant fan. Hey, you know, if we can just go on a run, we still have a chance. Don't sleep on the Giants. What? Don't sleep on the Giants? Are you crazy? And then you get the Redskin fans, and to be honest with you, Redskin fans actually have been, well, for the most part, there's some Redskin fans that were actually to me, complained about the referees. Complained that they didn't get the calls. What are you kidding me? Really? How is the hit that Bradham made on Cousins a bad hit? That he threw the interception? I don't get it. So, Redskin fans, for the most part, though, are like, good team, congratulations. Because the Redskins actually have a good team. We beat a good team. So, there's actual respect, I think, from them. But I will address the whiny NFC East fan bases of the other teams in a later video coming probably tonight. As far as this game goes, here's how I see this whole thing. After watching the game multiple times, let's start with the first 4 plays. There is no doubt in my mind, after watching the plays, after watching the calls that were made, that the referees went out of their way to establish themselves to the Eagles. To basically say to the Eagles, we know you had problems with Pete Morelli. We know that you had petitions and you were complaining, but we're not coming in here and going to give you stuff just because of that. We're in charge. It was a statement. Now, some of the penalties that they called were actual penalties, but the problem is those happen on every play and they don't call it. And then they made sure to call it on those. It was a statement. And then the Eagles come out flat. I thought the Eagles, they didn't look ready. I thought the Redskins had much more intensity. I thought what the Eagles tried to do wasn't working in the first quarter and a half. I thought the receivers couldn't get open, couldn't do anything. And then Doug Peterson, which a good coach would do, said, let's take it to up-tempo. And he put it in his best player's hands. He put it in his franchise quarterback hands. He said, go out there, go up-tempo, and make it happen. And what we saw was not just a good quarterback, a Pro Bowl quarterback, a MVP candidate. What we saw was a quarterback basically show the world that he has got greatness inside of him. He has the potential to be great. Now the Eagles front office, Howie Roseman and Lurie and all of them, Doug Pierce, they deserve a lot of credit because what they did with Carson wasn't just recognize the talent he is for his physical ability, but they really saw that he matched the city of Philadelphia perfect. Now, no play last night showed that more than when he gets sacked. It was like second, I forget, it was second, whatever. He goes back, he gets sacked, he fumbles the ball, he recovers it, but he takes a shot. I mean, he took a couple big shots. And on the very next play, he throws a bomb to Mac Hollins. That dude is one tough dude. Okay? What that shows me is this kid is toughness. And all Philly fans know. We know, and we don't even mind when our guys get knocked down. It's how they get up and respond that we care about. And he responds to taking beatings. He responds to getting knocked down amazingly. Amazingly. And that's what he does. And that's why he's so special. His personality, his skill set, his attitude, it matches this city to a T. So we have not only a quarterback who is elite talent, top 5 quarterback right now, could be one of the great quarterbacks over the next 10 years, could be a Hall of Famer. He has all that potential. It's all there. But he fits the city. He and the city go hand in hand. They fit perfectly. And the ownership, the front office, the coaches, they recognize that. And that was why they got him. And they deserve a lot of credit. So Carson Wentz, big show last night. To me, he was the story of this game because he carried the Eagles on his back. When they were struggling and they couldn't get going, he took the game over. And it was just that simple. He took the game over. And when he scored with Mac Hollins, you saw the defense raise up their game. And then when the defense raised up their game, he scored again, and it just snowballed. It was a beautiful thing. And then when Washington does score it and cuts it within 7, he picks the team back up. He raises this team back up. He takes the momentum the Redskins had just gotten, and he shoves it in their face. Goes down and scores another touchdown. And one of the most amazing touchdowns that we did see, which was the touchdown coming out of the second half, where he drives in the third quarter and hits Clement, that was next level stuff. That was next level stuff. To be pressured, to get hit, and put the ball and throw the ball where he did and have Clement make a great catch. That was next level stuff. That is not the stuff of top 10, top 5 quarterback. That's the stuff of great, elite franchise quarterbacks. So to me, Carson Wentz was the story of this show. Last night, I give credit to the defense. I give credit to all of them. Fletcher Cox got it going. The defensive line started pounding on Cousins. The defense came up big. And look, to me, they deserve a lot of credit. I thought Malcolm Jenkins was fantastic last night. Thought he was fantastic. And they deserve a lot of credit. But they got going because their quarterback got the team going. So that's how I saw it. Now, we had some big injuries come of this game. Some big injuries. Jordan Hicks, my favorite defensive player, out for the year. Jason Peters, left tackle, 35 years old, out for the year. And I thought the way the Eagle fans gave him appreciation was so classy. And yes, the announcers did mention it, but they didn't make enough of it. Because if it was another city, it would have been made a lot more. But the Eagles showed him a lot of appreciation. Peters is a big loss. Now, Hicks is a big loss too. Peters is a big loss. But I gotta say, I'm not surprised. If you've watched my videos this offseason, 35-year-old left tackles to play the whole season was very hard, very rare that it could even happen. And so I kind of thought that this was possible because of his age. I just didn't know it was going to be this rough. I wish Peters nothing but the best. Now you got to fix it. Now there's options. You can move Lane Johnson to left tackle. You can go with Big V. Or maybe you can move Lane to left tackle and bring in another tackle through a trade. I think with the trade deadline being October 29th, I think the Eagles should be on the phone, try to get a linebacker or a left tackle in to play with this team. That's what I would do. Texans, 49ers, whoever you have to make a trade with, make it. But I would definitely try to do that. Now, I lean towards moving Lane Johnson to left tackle because they say he is the future left tackle. Eventually, he will be our left tackle for years to come. Let's just get it going now. Let's get it on with now. It's going to be an adjustment, but we're going to have to do it. And I've seen a lot of Eagle fans going, we lost Jason Peters. We're done. We don't have Jason Peters. We're not going to playoffs. We're gonna lose. We're not the same team. Excuse me. The quarterback is who carries this team. The quarterback. And as long as you have Carson Wentz on this team, you're going to the playoffs. You're going to have a bye week. And get used to it because it's going to happen for 10 years. And whoever they plug in at left tackle, whoever they plug in at right tackle, I have confidence that they'll get it going and they'll play good enough. And I have the confidence that Carson Wentz will help them along with that because he's the general, he's the leader, he's the man, and that's the way it is. So the Eagles win. These are my final thoughts on it. I'm excited. 6-1. Let's take out the 49ers, get to 7-1, get as many wins as possible so that whatever happens at the end of the year when we have games against the Rams or the Seahawks, we have enough wins to cover it. With that said, I'm very excited to be 6-1. I hope you are too. With that, take care. Talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.